J-Knight, Batrep!
So, welcome back to part 2 of this battle report, and it's Necron's turn 2. So, we begin by rolling for reserves, checking for the Necron death marks. They do not come in on a 2. They need a 3. However, his flyer, Night Scythe full of warriors, does come in, and he decides to go at a cool angle, so that way he can shoot his Tesla at my guys. And the next team just moves up his squad of warriors. Since he took a few casualties, he just wants to get him up into rapid fire range and maybe take on that Hive Tyrant or see if he can land it, or just shoot whatever he wants. I don't have many vehicles, obviously. And then he moves up his squad. And the Wraiths, he decides to move them sideways, just to keep them a little bit farther away from me next, so that next turn he can strike whenever he wishes and take on whatever he wants. And next, he just decides to move up his Overlord, which is, as I said, a very, very scary man, and his Lich Guard that it attached to. Basically, I really want to swarm those guys with Hormagaunts, and that will tie them up for a while and possibly do damage to them, because I want to avoid the big things with them. Other than maybe my Hive Tyrant. He moves up his 2 barges. Right, one of them right in front of the Hive Tyrant, and moves up his Monolith finally. So he shoots the Night Scythe at my Hive Tyrant, once again trying to ground him. So he needs 3s to hit, reroll, because of Skyfire. So it's 5 hits total, because the extra 2 for that 1/6, and 2 wounds. I roll my armor saves, pass both, and then I do my grounding check. And he fails instantly. Not good luck on the Hive Tyrant. Needs a 4 to wound, because I'm toughness 9 for the strength 9 hit. And it wounds, but I passed my 5+, feel no pain. So now that he's grounded, they unload on him on the Annihilation Barge. And get 5 hits once again, but need 6s to wound because he's toughness 9. And nothing. The other Annihilation Barge then shoots at my Hormagaunts. He really wants to pick on these Hormagaunts. And gets 6 hits now. And 2s to wound. I roll my armor set, my 4+ cover, and I pass 4 of them. So 2 of the Hormagaunts are killed by the Annihilation Barge. And now we're seeing if either of these shots are arcing towards nearest models. Because you do any squad within 6 inches on a 6, the lightning arcs to. And unfortunately, none of them arc. The Tesla then, from that vehicle, also fires at the Hormagaunts. And gets 1 wound, and I fail my cover save, so that Hormagaunt is also killed. The Immortals with their Tesla guns then fire at the Hormagaunts as well. He's really afraid of these Hormagaunts. He really wants to take them out. He gets... 1 gets 2 extra, but 1 missed, so in the end he actually gets more hits than shots, which is typically what happens with these Tesla weapons. And needs 2s to wound. He gets 6 wounds off 6 original shots. I roll my cover saves. Failed 2 more, so 2 more Hormagaunts are dying, and they're being whittled down slowly but surely. So he just measures to see if they're in rapid fire range. They're in their full range, but not in rapid fire for those warriors. And after all the shots, needs 3s to hit, so he gets 4 hits out of the 8 shots. And it's strength 4, so 3s to wound. And he gets 2 wounds. I roll my cover saves, fail both, so once again 2 more Hormagaunts are dying. They're getting whittled down a little bit at a time. The other barge then shoots its Tesla cannon at the Hive Tyrant. And unfortunately all of them miss. It then fires the Monolith then fires its blast on the Hormagaunts, but it scatters and hits more Hormagaunts. He rolls to wound, all of them wound. I roll my cover saves and fail 5. So pretty much all the Hormagaunts that are in cover are now being killed. The Monolith then fires his other gun at the Hive Tyrant. 3 shots. He gets 2 hits with them, and it's toughness 9, so 6s, and he actually gets a 6. So I have to roll a wound. It's a 3+, 5+, and I fail, so I get my 5+ feel no pain, and fail it too. So the Hive Tyrant is now down to only 3 wounds left. Unfortunately, he was able to ground him quickly. And now it's Tyranid's turn 2. So I roll to see my reserves. Does the Doom come on? And unfortunately, he does not either. I really want him to come on this turn, so that's unfortunate. So the Hive Tyrant casts Iron Arm on himself once again. Goes off, D3, and I roll 1, so he's Strength and Toughness 7. I then cast Endurance from my Turvagon onto the Hive Tyrant once again. Sorry, Catalyst. And it goes off. So now he has Feel No Pain as well. And then the other Turvagon casts Catalyst on himself. Because it's always good to give him Feel No Pain, because then he's a giant monster creature with Feel No Pain. And he rolls, and fails. So that doesn't go off. No Feel No Pain for that Turvagon, unfortunately. And there goes my Psychic Powers. I then just move up my Hive Guard so they can get another good shot at the Annihilation Barge. I really want to take that thing out now. And then I just might decide to move up everything as well, just at the same time. So I move the Hormigons through cover. They move through cover, so I get to roll 3d6. And I roll a 6, so they're going to move up normal space just towards the opponent. As I said, my goal is to move up the Hormigons to tie up my opponent. If any of them get to them, also just be a distraction. While my Turvagons are going to run for the objective. And if one of my Turvagons can get to it, that's very good, because it's always great to have a Strength 5, Toughness 6 with 6 wounds monstrous creature holding your objective. I highly recommend it. Plus, you can feel no pain. And then I move up my Termagants just to the edge of cover, so they don't need to move through cover or anything. And they're just going to advance right up. And then I move up my Turvagons, both of them, once again, 6 inches. Now one of them's getting in pretty close proximity to the objective, so that's good. And then I finally move up my squad of Termagants in the back, just following up suit. As I said, just moving up everyone towards my opponent. That's the thing with Tyranids, you move up towards your opponent typically. Then I decide to fly my Hive Tyrant just as a jump infantry, and I want to assault that squad of warriors and take them out. And I move up my Hive Guard, once again, 6 inches towards the other Annihilation Barge. So my first Hive Guard, shoot at the barge. Once again, I get 6 shots. Needing 3s to hit, 5s to glance, 6s to pen. This time, I get 4 hits. And then I need 4s to glance, 5s to glance, 6s to pen. But now, there's a rule, so I penned it. So then from now on, its armor goes down to 11 for future shots. And they don't get to jink it, because Hive Guard ignore jink saves. Since they're blind. Makes sense. So I get 1 pen. And right now I'm just explaining this to my opponent. And so then I get 1 pen of 2. So it can move, but can only snapfire next turn. And its armor goes down to 11 around. I think it was called Quantum Shielding. I could be mistaken. Sorry, Living Metal. Living Metal is the rule. And he rolls to see if he ignores the effect, which is Living Metal, and he fails his roll. So it has 2 more hull points left, but it's down to 11 armor. Now it has 11 armor, I figure I might as well shoot at it with my Turvagon, which could glance it. So I get my 4 shots, 4s to hit, and I get 3 hits. Not bad at all. And I need 6s to glance. And I roll a glance. So he does his Jinx save. And he fails. So another hull point is taken off it, and it's down to one more hull point left. The other Hive Guard then shoot at the other Annihilation Barge, hopefully doing better than the other ones. So, need 3s to hit. And I get 5 hits. That's a good roll. 5s to glance, 6s to pen. And I get 2 pens and 3 glances. That is insane rolling from those Hive Guard. So I roll the 2 pens to see if it explodes. And it does, because it's open topped. So if I didn't get first blood on the first time with the Cryptek, I definitely got first blood with this Annihilation Barge. And we roll to see the distance. And it gets 2 models in that squad. And their toughness 5, so 6s to wound on them for the explosion. Nothing. And then the other guys, it gets 4 of them. And 2 of them, and against 5s to wound, does nothing either. But it does explode and leaves a crater there. My other Tyranid decides to shoot that squad, maybe getting lucky and getting a wound. I get 3 hits. And 4s to wound. And I get 3 wounds. These dice are really my favor this turn. He decides to put them all in his HQ because I think it has like a 2+ save. And misses 1 of them, which you can't see, it's off camera. So he has 2 wounds left. I find these overlords to be very hard to kill, especially the fact that he has that thing that when you die, the very first time you come back, you get D3 wounds as opposed to a single wound. So that's gonna be pretty hard. In the end, I think my only good chance is to take him out with the Hive Tyrant in the future, but we'll have to see what happens. My Hive Tyrant shoots at the warriors. Just hopefully lighten them up before assaulting in. So I get my 12 shots, needing 4s to hit, but luckily they're twin-linked. And thank goodness they're twin-linked because I only hit with 4 of them out of my first 12 shots. So I get to reroll. And I hit with an additional 8, so 10 hits total. So additional 6 out of the 8. And out of them, I had to reroll 1s due to preferred enemy. So in the end, I got 10 wounds on them. He's rolled 10 4+ armor saves. And lucky for him, he passes most of them. 6 out of the 10 are passed. So 4 of them fall down. But they can potentially get right back up again in a second. So then he rolls to see reanimation. First one gets up. And he decides to keep him out front, despite the fact that he can put him wherever he wants, but it's okay, because my Hive Tyrant's very close. Second guy does not get back up again, so he's removed. Third one does not get up again, because once again, if he took the reanimation orb, he could then come back on a 4+, but he didn't take it. And the last one also doesn't get up again. So 3 of the 4 do not get back up. So then I declare my assault, that he's going to assault them, because I really want to take out that squad this turn. I roll my distance, it's 9 inches. Of course he gets Overwatch as well, so he'll Overwatch with the rest of the guys rapid firing. Is there Overwatching on him? He needs 6s to hit, but he doesn't roll any 6s. So my Hive Tyrant's easily able to get in with 3 wounds remaining, and he is going to hopefully do some damage to this squad. So I get my 5 attacks at a higher initiative. So my 5 dice. I need 3s to hit, but reroll 1s due to preferred enemy. And I fail again. So 3 hits, and then I need 2s to wound. Once again, reroll 1s. And I get 3 wounds. So 3 of them are knocked down. And then the other 2 get to hit back. They get 1 attack each and need 4s to hit. but he doesn't hit with any of them. So he loses combat by 3, so his leadership is 7. He does a leadership check. And passes with a perfect 7, so they now have the chance to get back up again. He rolls for the first one, and he gets it back up. And second one also gets back up. So already the Hive Tyrant hasn't done much damage at all. And then the final one, dead. So at least the Hive Tyrant killed one. That's all that matters.
Alright, so after 2 turns, here's what the battlefield looks like. Basically, he's moved up, I've moved up. My Hive Tyrant's over there just getting... He's going to slowly kill them. One Hive Tyrant only killed, was it 1 guy in that close combat?
In total, yes.
In total, because the other one's got up again. So we're going to have to see. That's a good that might be a good tar pit unit, but we'll have to see. Well, Necrons in general are good tar pit units because they just get right up again. So that's pretty cool. And he's amazing at passing his leadership checks. And they've moved up. I got 2 hull points off that one, and it can't shoot. And the other one exploded, but didn't do anything besides exploding. Didn't kill anyone. And other than that, I'm just running up and surrounding that objective. But he's going to come for me, and we'll see what happens in turn 3.
So thank you very much for watching this part, and when you're ready, click on the link below to go to part 3 of this Warhammer 40k battle report.